and that's going to facilitate the first snow of the year. And I'm really excited for it, but we have to get through a couple days to get there. Let's look at the rain we're going to see before that. That indicates some snowfall. I think that's going to happen a bit later in the day. You can see it's still 37 at 5 p.m. Not really likely for some snow, but we are going to get down to those close to freezing temperatures as we get into those overnight hours. So I would expect some rain-snow mix later on Tuesday evening. We're right at freezing. Let's face it, it's not the greatest conditions outside. Not any better south, 28 in Columbus, 35 in Bloomington. But what if I told you we are running warm? Yeah, believe it or not, our 24-hour temperature change, we're up 12 degrees here in Indianapolis, 17 up in Kokomo and Lafayette, 20 down in Bloomington. 30 on Thursday, our average 34. We're going to get back down below it. So a bit of a letdown throughout the week. The main thing you're going to want to be paying attention to, though, isn't those temperatures. It's going to be the rain, especially overnight. We are going to get drenched here in northeast Indiana. 80% chance is what I have for Sunday. These clouds starting to move in from our west, already over Indianapolis. You've seen them if you stepped outside. That's going to put a lid on things, keeping that warm air right here at home with us. So we're going to stay a bit warmer this evening, about 5 degrees above our average temperatures right now. I can't tell out here though. We're in our low 30s right now. I've got this jacket on for a reason. It is cold. That's not going to be the main story for the rest of the week though. What we're really going to be watching out for is rain and snow.
Now, Ian, I feel like if I took a sneak peek at your script, it would just be cold, cold, cold. It seems like that's all you're talking about over there.
Did I leave it out here on the desk? Or I'm not sure what happened there, but not to spoil the show too much. But yeah, it's cold now and it's going to get colder the rest of this evening. 1 a.m. 13 degrees, getting all the way down to 12 by 3 a.m. You can see behind me this jet stream, and as that pushes north and this dark red area moves into Muncie and Chicago, that's going to leave room for more moisture in the upper air. And that's going to lead to potential for more storms later this week. We are still in a marginal severe risk that is wind driven. Because of that, we have a wind advisory too. That's valid till 11 p.m. We could see gusts up to 45 miles per hour periodically throughout this evening. That rain we've had to put up with all day is still going to hang around for a few more hours. Most of northeast Indiana is still covered by, if you see it behind me, it's left us with a gift of a decent amount of rainfall. Wednesday, pretty similar. That's where we're going to see a bit more strong rain, especially as we head into Thursday. Thursdays, we're going to start to see that snow arrive. Well, you might be a little let down once we get into these next couple of days. It's been really warm, really pleasant, and we're still holding on to that just a bit this evening. You're still going to see a lot of rainfall overall in terms of covering the area of Delaware County, but that rain itself isn't going to produce those up to 1.5 inch numbers that we saw over the previous couple of days. And into eventually near the Ohio Valley, where we'll continue to bring more rainfall to us here in Muncie.
2024 leaving on a warm note.
Yeah, leaving on a warm note and not leaving us much behind because we're just going to get really cold again. I hate to say it, but over these next couple of days, it's going to start cooling down by the midweek. Now, and as we look at our precision cast, you can see behind me not a lot of obstacles in the sky this week. Just a handful of clouds, some overcast periods here and there, but for the most part, we're going to remain pretty clear until we get to Thursday and Friday. Looking out a little bit further to our east, you can see this belt of high pressure. That's what's going to keep these kind of conditions. There's some rain and continue to push us into a drought. It's going to keep all those clouds out of our area. This cold front out to our west isn't going to reach us. Getting down to those mid-20s, 26 at 4 a.m. And I'm not done talking about temperatures. We are going to get a bit warmer tomorrow. I'm really excited about that. Turning briefly warmer. It's frigid outside today. The Arctic wave has arrived here in Muncie and Delaware County. Over the past 24 hours, we've seen double-digit temperature decreases.
I'll leave that over there.
Listen, I would not call Wembanyama the GOAT live on air. I wouldn't do that. So instead, we're going to talk about the weather, okay? So looking at our hourly planner, we've got a lot of rain coming up overnight. You see.
Here's your latest forecast.
Well, the sun has fallen, temperatures have fallen. Snow isn't falling yet, thankfully. You can see a little bit out to our west, but here in Indiana, we're all right for now. A little bit more about that later in the show. There's a little bit of clearing going on right now too in Fort Wayne. You can see not as many clouds as we had seen throughout the day. There actually is a meteor shower going on tonight, so you might be able to catch that. I don't know if I'd particularly want to go outside right now though. It feels like -2 here in Fort Wayne. It's a bit warmer if you head down towards south, 12 in Montpelier. Now, looking at our almanac, it's coming out a low of 13 so far. Our high for the day was 19 degrees, a very chilly high. We're going to get a little bit lower. I'd say it gets down to 12 this evening. Our average high is 33 degrees, so we are running cold overall on both our high and low side of the spectrum. Now, looking at our feels like temperatures, it's not getting any better over the next couple of days. Looking behind me, Sunday, high will be 25, that feels like 13. 27 feels like 16 on Monday, 28 feels like 19 on Tuesday. So that trend is going to start off our week pretty strong, even those cool feels like temperatures. But what you're probably paying the most attention to behind me is this Sunday, PM snowfall. There'll be some light snowfall throughout the day to start off before we get to that large amount of snowfall in the evening. Looking behind me, you can see partly cloudy throughout the day, hitting that 20% chance, that slight chance of some scattered snow showers throughout the day. It's going to start around noon, 1 p.m. and continue into the early evening hours. Then we're going to get to where our winter weather alert starts. It starts at 7 p.m. on Sunday evening and goes to Monday at 10 a.m. Now, you can see Fort Wayne is not included within that winter weather advisory. All of the counties south of Allen County in our viewing area, including cities like Decatur, Bluffton, Huntington, that's where you're going to see that winter weather advisory driven by colder temperatures, more snowfall, and some potential for some stronger wind. Now, looking at our wind gusts, those wind gusts are going to average in your upper to mid 20s. Those are going to continue into Monday morning, keeping us cooler, keeping that wind chill strong. Now, the big question, how much snow are we going to get? I would expect us to have around an inch in our southern viewing area until the far south where you get that 3 to 4 inch rain down towards Hartford City. Looking at our future cast, you can see light snowfall throughout the day, getting into the rest of the day on Sunday. You're going to see temperatures in those mid 20s. And you're going to get these darker areas of blue. That is significantly more snowfall towards Hartford City, towards Portland. That's where you're going to see the most risk tomorrow. With those stronger winds, you could see some snowdrift too, providing another hazard. Getting into those upper teens Monday morning, back to the mid 20s on Monday throughout evening and the midday. Looking at our 10-day forecast, you see a couple more chances for snow throughout the week. 20% chance on Wednesday, just that lake effect snow heading into the next couple of days. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, you're going to see temperatures in those high all the way down to those low 20s by Tuesday.